Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada, where spring has arrived and we're having some beautiful sunny days. I hope you have also had a great week so far. I hope you're all healthy and happy. Welcome Shanto, MD Abdullah, nice to see you. Catherine, Sandra's baby, Irene, Jerry. And good to see our members, Fuang as well. Nice to see students joining in on the class. Everybody, this is an IELTS speaking class, part 1. We're going to be looking at talking about your health. And we're going to be talking with students, talking about strategies, how to get those nice high band scores. This lesson is brought to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS. Visit us there. For the general IELTS, check us out at gieltshelp.com. On both of those websites, we've got tons and tons of content to help you improve your scores. Our academic IELTS website looks like this. We will use this in a few minutes to interact with students. So if you don't have an account, you can get one now. To sign up for a premium IELTS package, just click that big red button that's right above my head there. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access, so it's absolutely worth it. For the general IELTS, check out gieltshelp.com and again, click that big red button that's right there just above my head. It's a one-time payment, so you don't have to pay for a subscription. We don't like subscription models. And it doesn't cost a lot. When you sign up, use the code GAMER9 for a 10% discount. That's coming from our most recent video release on our YouTube channel. If you haven't seen that, check that out. I will put that link into the chat. That's a speaking video with a German candidate, a young girl from Germany, and she does a great job answering questions about video games and playing games. It's kind of a topic that could easily come up in the IELTS, as it's a part of popular global culture these days. And IELTS likes to pick topics that are common to everybody. So again, use that code GAMER9 for that 10% discount. You can check us out on Instagram as well for schedules for these live classes. Look for IELTS _AE help and GIELTS help. There you go. Those are the Instagram profiles with videos, vocabulary. And if you still have questions, send me an email. My email is adrian@aehelp.com or admin@aehelp.com. Just make sure you can see that clearly at the top of the screen there. Welcome Chen, welcome Carolina. Nice to see our chat moderators in here as well. You can definitely ask our chat moderators questions also, everybody. Okay, and Chen has put my email into the chat also, so you can get a hold of me for IELTS questions. I'm a British Council agent. I have a degree in psychology. I speak multiple languages myself, so I've got a pretty good idea of what it takes to communicate in the English language clearly and effectively. Ask me questions. It's a good idea. Students, we have our schedule for this week, March 30th to April 1st, April Fool's Day, right? On the 30th today, right now, we've got speaking part 1. Then tomorrow, we're going to have reading. We'll have listening for everybody. And then we'll have speaking part 2 and speaking part 3. And sorry, I should say that the listening tomorrow is going to be for subscribers. So it's a good idea to subscribe to our channel and get notifications of these live classes and of new video releases. We are world leaders when it comes to IELTS exam preparation, so it's a good idea to follow us if you've got an IELTS exam coming up. All right, everybody, let's get into some IELTS speaking part 1. Again, the topic for today is health. So it's another one of those very popular topics in society. Of course, having good health is having happiness. It's a very important part of life. It's commonly shared among humans, among all living creatures, in fact. So definitely quite possible to get questions concerning health for part 1, part 2, or part 3. So, all right, everybody, let's get into it. So IELTS speaking, it's a 12 to 15 minute interview. Often I think it's closer to 12 minutes. There are so many candidates these days, they try to get everybody into the exam. Part 1 is there to make you feel comfortable, to get you focused, and to get you ready for parts 2 and part 3. You have to have a strong start, okay? You want to have a good first impression. So make sure to practice these questions at home, practice responding to them in different ways, and really just focus on being yourself, being confident, and giving good quality answers right from the beginning, okay? So IELTS speaking part 1, you go in, you sit down, and you introduce yourself to the examiner, okay? Now, a lot of people believe that, hey, this part is not that important. You don't get really marked on this. I've heard other people say that, you know, you don't really get marks for part 1. It's not true. Part 1 is very important. It's your first impression. It's commonly known that first impressions are extremely important when you meet a stranger, okay? So keep that in mind. So if anybody tells you that part 1's not important, that's just silly, okay? Part 1 is very important because it is your first impression. And it better be a good one to set the foundation for top scores. Okay? Now, students, this is speaking, so make sure to speak and repeat. Don't just listen to me, right? Copy what I say, copy how I say it. I speak with a West Coast North American accent, kind of like what you hear actors, actresses, mostly in Hollywood, using in movies and sitcoms. So speak and repeat. Copy what I say. So part 1 is very important because it is your first impression. Absolutely, Amra. Just like a job interview. In fact, in some ways, Amra, even more so than a job interview, because in a job interview, you might get a second or third chance, but in IELTS, you really don't. It's a one-time deal, so it's got to be good. Okay, so it sets the foundation. So here's a good question. What did you learn from your parents and your grandparents about making a good first impression? What is important? And you know, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. Okay, this is a nice idiom here for you. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just, this means this is nothing new. Or a new or novel concept is not needed. Okay, think about what your parents and what your grandparents said about making a good first impression. Let's hear it. Let's hear what you have to say. And say it. Don't just type it. Say it, right? So what did your parents, grandparents, teachers tell you about making a good first impression? Okay, there are definitely some points. Okay, so Chen says, be polite. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Dylan says, make eye contact. Yeah, it shows trust and confidence, right? Smile. Yes, smile. Absolutely, I agree. Who said smile? Black Panther said smile. Muhammad says, be respectful. Yes. Okay, what else? Anonymous says body language. What kind of body language? Yes, that's right, Maul. Sit up straight. Absolutely. So body language. Sit up straight. So don't sit like this at your IELTS exam. Okay, it's a very defensive and awkward position. Don't sit like that. What is that called when somebody sits like this with their shoulders down and tilted forward? You probably hear your mom or your grandparents saying this. Don't do what? So what's this kind of sitting? What is that? Okay, Aurea, meanwhile, says, articulate clearly. Yeah. I'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, absolutely. So body language, sit up straight. Don't slouch. That's right, Mole. Don't slouch. Okay, and yes, these are all important. If some of you are thinking, oh, this is not important, I'm just going to go in there and do what I do. Yeah, you can go in there and do what you do. Might not end up being good band scores, though, if you're talking like this. Here's my passport. Yeah, no, it's good. Yes, I don't like that. Well, it depends. Okay, so you don't want to talk like that. It's you got to be really professional, all right? So be confident. Absolutely, Nipa. Sherpa says be confident. Yes, good first impressions. You want to be confident. Have a firm handshake, right? Be confident. Now, of course, thanks to COVID, we don't really shake hands anymore, but that used to be a big part of it, right? Is having that first good handshake showing confidence, right? Articulate clearly means speak loud. And pay attention to your word choice. Okay? So instead of being really nervous and stressed out when you walk into your IELTS speaking exam, think about this part of the interview like a job interview in some sense, where you're there to make a strong first impression. Okay? So everybody clear on that? So strong first impression. You should kind of have like your parents and your grandparents' miniature version of them sitting on your shoulder going, sit up straight, speak loud and clear, make eye contact. So keep all those in mind, okay? They do matter. It will affect your score. You can absolutely save yourself a half band or even a full band, maybe even more. By following these concepts. It's not by accident that our parents, grandparents, teachers, people that care about us, tell us these points throughout our lifetimes, whether we're in Canada, India, Australia, Brazil, Mexico, Nigeria, Germany. It doesn't matter. We hear the same message. When you hear the same message anywhere you are in the world growing up, it's probably a good message, okay? So you want to listen to it, all right? Okay, lots of thumbs up there. So keep that in mind, and that will give you confidence, okay? That will give you confidence. So let's get into some questions. Give me some nice full sentence answers. That's a part of articulating, is nice full sentence answers. A big part of respect is that we're not just taking energy from the examiner, but we're giving energy, okay? So keep this in mind, students. It's not an English teacher. A lot of times students take energy from teachers by not really giving full sentence answers, by not putting a lot of effort into the lesson. But in the IELTS, you must not do that. The examiner does not care whether you fail or pass. It's up to you. So if anything, it should be you giving energy to the examiner rather than trying to take it from the examiner. Do you understand what I mean by that? So, and some of you might be thinking, well, of course, Adrian, of course I'm going to do that. But a lot of times when candidates are nervous, they tend to take energy. That's the other negative of being really nervous or shy, is that you take energy from the examiner. That's not good. You want to give energy to the examiner, okay? So in IELTS, speaking especially, it is very important that you speak fluently and give energy to the examiner, okay? Not take energy, Okay, there are two ways that you can take energy from the examiner. Okay. Some of the IELTS examiners out there that might watch this video at some point will be like, oh, thank goodness somebody gave a lesson on this. So one way to take energy from the examiner is to speak in a nervous, short, shy kind of way. Okay. What's the other way? So what's the other way that candidates take energy from the examiner? One way to take energy from the examiner is to speak in a nervous, short, shy kind of way. The other way candidates take energy from the examiner, and it's true, whatever nexus interaction we're in, it's always an energy exchange. There's always a give and take between humans. Okay? Muji, cool. That's awesome. Can you please send me an email testimonial to my email? Chen or Carolina, could you throw my email in the chat for Muji Cool? Hopefully, Muji Cool, you'll send me a testimonial. I'd love to get it. So what's another way that we can take energy from the examiner? Carolina says asking lots of questions. Yes, so trying to ask questions from the examiner is probably not a good idea. What else? Yeah, Bogdan says by going off topic and over speaking. Absolutely. Yeah, so another way that we take energy from the listener is by talking. Kind of like what I'm doing right now. I'm kidding. But no, really going off topic and talking too much. So the other way candidates take energy from the examiner is by over speaking and going off topic. Okay? It's kind of like forcing the examiner to listen to me until you interrupt me, just listen to me. Okay? All right? Thanks, Muji Cool. I appreciate that. All right, students, so keep that in mind. Good, balanced answers. Give an answer, explanation, example, finish. Wait for the next question. Let's do this. So you go to your IELTS speaking, and the IELTS examiner says, welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. I will give you instructions for each of the 3 parts. May I see your identification? Let's see some nice answers for this one. May I see your identification? Pulomi gave me this answer a little bit earlier. So Pulomi says, certainly, here is the passport that I had used for registration a few days ago. Please take a look. Okay, so it's not bad, Pulomi. Just make sure you don't make mistakes in these first few sentences. So certainly here is my passport that I had used for registration a few days ago. Don't overspeak. We know it's for your IELTS exam. Please have a look. Okay, that works. All right. Amanda says, yes, of course, here's my passport, which I used to register and check in. Please take a look. That is perfect, Amanda. Okay, that's as good as it gets. It's clear, it's respectful, okay? It's a good first impression, all right? A lot of people say, yes, sure, or yeah, sure. Is this a suitable answer? Yes. Is it a good first impression? Let's be honest with each other. If you're the examiner and I'm your candidate and you say, may I see your passport? Okay, notice how the examiner is respectful and making a good impression. They're saying, may I see your passport? They don't say, where's your passport? Okay, or they don't hit the table and say, identification, right? So they're trying to make a good first impression. So why would I just go, yeah, sure? Excuse me, right? The examiner's not going to say, excuse me. They're just going to be like, okay. So yeah, sure is not a good first impression. All right, keep that in mind. Okay. So yes, here, yes, sure, please take a look. It's okay, but it's still not as good of a first impression as yes, of course, here's my passport, which I used to register check-in. Please take a look. Okay? All right. Domenico, don't overspeak. Careful. That could work. Just be careful. Okay? All right, next question. These two questions always start the exam. If any of you have taken the IELTS speaking, you know that these two questions start the exam. It's protocol. So use these questions to just set the mood, set the tone. Okay? What is your full name? Okay, give me a nice full sentence answer for this one. What is your full name? Again, respectful, good first impression. What is your full name? All right. Icon has this answer for us. My given name is Icon and my family name is Kanlarzade. Please refer to me by my first name, Icon. It's very good. It's respectful. It's a good first impression, Icon. Works absolutely. Here's a nice question by Habib. Habib says, may I ask, if the examiner asks me what is your name, after I answer, can I ask the examiner what is your name? It's not necessary. Some examiners will give their name when they introduce the lesson. So they'll say, or the interview, they'll say, welcome to the speaking exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. So Habib, they usually will give their name in the first part to try to make you feel comfortable. So my name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. So they usually introduce themselves. I don't think there are situations where they don't, but if they don't, it's not necessary to ask for their name. If you would like to, you can say, may I ask for your name? So if you don't hear the name, you can say, may I ask your name? And then when they give it, so they say, let's say the examiner says, yes, of course, my name is Adrian. Then you can respond to that. You can say, it's a pleasure to meet you, Adrian. So if you get into that situation, it's unlikely, but if you get into that situation, you can have it work like that, okay? All right. Carolina says, no, they don't say their names. I can't quite remember if my examiner said their name, but maybe different in different places. I'm not sure, okay? Anyway, you can ask. If they don't say their name, you can ask. They might not give it. They might say, I'm sorry, I'm not at privilege to give my name. And then you can say, okay, that's fine. But it's okay to do that. Yeah, it's respectful. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, so see, Chen says, in my case, the examiner did mention his name at the beginning. Yeah. And then Najak Deep says, yes, they do in India. Yeah, so I've heard both. If I remember correctly, for my exam in Hungary, when I did it last time, the examiner did mention their name. So pay attention to that at the beginning. They will often say, my name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. I believe that's the sentence they use in many countries. Okay? All right. Okay, so once you've done the introductions, get comfortable. Again, be confident. First impression, right? And so here, the next question, so the examiner will say, now I will ask you some questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. What do you like to do when the weather is nice? It's a good question for spring here in the Northern Hemisphere. So what do you like to do when the weather is nice? Anonymous has this answer for us. When the climate is nice and clear, I hang out with my friends or play outdoor games like cricket and soccer. Okay, this is about a band 5.5, let's say, Anonymous, so far. It's a little bit awkward. Okay, when the climate is nice is not very natural English. Okay, so this would not be a great way to express that. A good way to state it is when it is warm and sunny outside. I like to hang out with friends at a park or play games like cricket and soccer. In fact, it was a beautiful day last Wednesday, and I played cricket for 2 hours at the pitch near my home. Okay, that would be your Band 9 version of that answer. Okay, so everybody, again, this is speaking, so make sure to speak and repeat. So Anonymous said, when the climate is nice and clear, I hang out with my friends or play outdoor games like cricket and soccer. It's a little bit strange. Let's upgrade this. When it is warm and sunny outside, I like to hang out with my friends at a park or play games like cricket and soccer. In fact, it was a beautiful day last Wednesday and I played cricket for 2 hours at the pitch near my home. Okay. All right, here, students, strategy, important strategy. Weather is nice. Nice weather. Okay. I'm paraphrasing this. Paraphrasing is essential for high scores. Paraphrasing means saying parts of the question in different ways. Okay, so paraphrase. Say parts of the question in your answer in different ways. Okay, so here, for instance, we've got nice weather. Okay, so it is warm and sunny. What type of paraphrasing is this? So there are different kinds of paraphrasing. Okay. What type of paraphrasing is this? Nice weather, it is warm and sunny. What kind of paraphrasing in this? Paraphrasing is this? Sorry, I should say. Nipa says, when it's sunny outside, I love to go to the beach with my friends, and sometimes I go for walks and shopping. Yeah, very good, Dylan. So this is what's called descriptive paraphrasing. Right. What would be another kind of descriptive paraphrasing? So can you do another descriptive paraphrasing instead of just warm and sunny? Nice weather. What would be another good descriptive paraphrasing for nice weather? Okay. While you're thinking about that, I will show you where you can learn the different kinds of paraphrasing that you can use on your IELTS exam. So when you go to the websites, aehelp.com, and you have a student account by clicking that big red button, as I said earlier, and then you go to your My Student account, you have your full online academic course right here. Okay, when you click on that, you've got your key strategies right there. Okay, in your key strategies, it's going to introduce to you the concepts of paraphrasing. Okay, so here it introduces IELTS. Let's check out B here. Okay, so here you've got what is paraphrasing, clearly explained. Okay, so how to paraphrase, or what is paraphrasing. And then let's see here. I believe we will have yeah, there we go. That's the one I wanted to show you. So here, students, take a look at this. So you've got how we can paraphrase, okay? So first of all, you've got synonyms, right? Like big, large, okay? And then you've got, oh, let me get back there to the previous. So you've got antonym negative. Let me see, make sure that fits on the screen here. Yeah, so we've got antonym negatives like stay, don't go. That's another way to paraphrase. Then you've got idioms, okay, to be on the same page, to understand the same idea. So expressions, idioms. You've got grammar, and then the fifth type that we just looked at is descriptive, and that's discussed later in the course, okay? So check out the course, check out those key strategies in the course. They will teach you those different paraphrasing techniques that you should use in your speaking and in your writing. Okay, so in this case, we're using descriptive paraphrasing. Another way to descriptively paraphrase, Carolina, one of our moderators, has got a good one. Carolina says the climate is between 20-25 degrees. Yeah, the way we say that naturally in English is when it is 25 degrees and sunny. Right? So I can give this answer. What do you like to do when the weather is nice? When it is 25 degrees and sunny. I like to head to the beach with my friends for some relaxation and fun. I spend many days during summer break at my local beach. Okay, so that would be another great answer for that. All right, so paraphrasing, very important. Different kinds of paraphrasing. Practice that in your speaking. Okay. All right, now the IELTS interview is set up to be a conversation. So first, the examiner may ask you, what do you like to do when the weather is nice? And then they might ask you something like this. How about when the weather is bad? Okay, so it means, what do you like to do when the weather is bad? Ruth Elizabeth, I like your antonym negative paraphrasing. When it's not raining, I like to go to the beach. Very nice, Ruth. That would be your antonym negative paraphrasing. Yes. Okay, let's check this out. So Koa has this answer for us. Koa says, whenever the weather is terrible with heavy rain, I will stay in my house and read my favorite books. Yesterday, I read the story of Leonardo da Vinci while the rain fell down. Okay, Koa, not bad. It's about a band, I want to say 6. There's a couple of awkward uses of language, but overall it's not bad. I like the whenever the weather is terrible. This is good. Okay, that's some good English right there. With heavy rain, this is kind of strange. Okay, so we want to change that. I will stay in my house and read my favorite books. Yesterday, I read the story of Leonardo da Vinci. That's really good. Okay, that part is good. That part is nice, natural English. Okay. While the rain fell down is strange. It's awkward. So what we want to do is we want to make all of what we say sound great. It's not the good parts that are so critical. It's the bad parts that we want to fix, right? So Koa, whenever the weather is terrible and it is pouring outside, okay, pouring. When there's a lot of rain, we say it's pouring, like you pour a glass of juice. It's pouring outside, okay? Keep that in mind. I will stay in my house and read my favorite books. Yesterday, I read the story of Leonardo da Vinci while the rain falled down. Very awkward English. Fell, fall, fallen. It's not a regular verb, so you would be definitely docked marks for that. And yes, they are marking you in part 1. When they hear falled down, they're like, yeah, it's not a band 9. Okay, so instead of when the rain fall down, what would be a nice idiom or expression to use in this case? Students, what would be a good way? Let's help Koa. So Domenico, Nat, Nipa, Shinjo, instead of while the rain fall down. Yeah, very good, Amra. Good job, Dylan. Yeah. While it was raining cats and dogs. Yeah. Okay, now we've upgraded all of this to a band 9. Absolutely. Okay. Repeat after me, everybody. Whenever the weather is terrible and it's pouring outside, I will stay in my house and read my favorite books. Yesterday, I read the story of Leonardo da Vinci while it was raining cats and dogs. Got it, Koa? It's good? If you're still there, let me know, Koa. We're helping you out here with how to express rain. Okay. All right. Let's go to part 1. There's Koa. You're very welcome, Koa. All right. Let's go to part 1. Let's talk about health. Okay. Let's do it. Let's keep this going. Students, how often do you exercise? Exercise is very important. Hopefully lots. How often do you exercise? Maybe you exercise and you go to the gym when it's raining outdoors, right? You can connect ideas. That's a really good idea. I gotta drink some water, not just coffee. Otherwise, I'm gonna jump out of my seat here in a moment. All right. Palomi says, actually, I got a pretty good daily morning routine and I do yoga and a few Pilates every morning after having breakfast. Okay, it's not bad. There's a couple of awkward kind of words here, okay? But it's not bad. There is one mistake here. There's one critical mistake here. What is that? So let's help out Palomi here. Okay, what's the critical mistake? So if I'm your examiner, I will catch this right away and I will be like, I hope this student doesn't do this for part 2 and 3. Otherwise, the marks are going to be pretty low. So there's one critical mistake with Palomi's answer. Actually, I got a pretty good daily morning routine and I do yoga and a few Pilates every morning after having breakfast. What's the critical mistake here? Okay. So Fong says got past simple. Yeah, the grammar's a little bit off, but it's not the end of the world. So it's not the grammar is not my biggest beef with this answer. Okay. Few Pilates is a bit awkward too, so the grammar's a bit off. Yeah, I agree with you, but it's not the critical mistake. What's the critical mistake? Okay. Let's see if anybody figures that out. Hadith, yeah, you're on the right track. Hadith, what do you mean by how often? Okay. So the big mistake here is it's not a direct answer. Okay. It seems like it does because it's a daily morning routine, but it doesn't actually clearly directly answer the question. Students, in the IELTS speaking, okay, it's extremely important that you directly answer questions, okay? So it is extremely important that you directly answer questions, not indirectly. Do you understand what I mean by that? So here, what Palomi should be saying is directly answering the question, saying, I always exercise. And then saying, actually, I have a pretty good morning routine. Morning is just a small m, Palomi. Morning routine. You don't need the and. I do yoga and Pilates every morning after having breakfast for half an hour. Okay, I did it this morning before coming to this exam. Okay, do you understand what I mean by very direct answers? So how often? Sometimes, rarely, never, always, frequently, often, okay, usually, 2 times a week, 3 times a week, every morning, okay? So direct answers, all right? As it was before, it was like, okay, I guess what you're saying is that you always exercise or you frequently exercise, but I'm not hearing that as a direct answer. I'm hearing that as an indirect answer, okay? Palomi says, okay. All right, so direct answers. I know we don't always speak like that as humans, especially not in our daily conversations. But in the IELTS, with a stranger meeting for the first time, it's very important. It's extremely important to directly answer questions. Okay? All right. Here we go. Next question, students. What do you eat to be healthy? Gopu Kiran says, okay. All right. What do you eat to be healthy? All right, I'm going to take a couple students' responses to this one. Let's see what you say. All right, Kevin, 2-part answer. Here we go. Kevin says, to stay healthy, I eat home-cooked meals with a lot of fruit. They are healthy because they are not only free of chemicals that may irritate my stomach, but also rich in essential nutrients and vitamins. In fact, I will have some citrus fruit on my menu today to keep my skin full and dewy. Okay. All right. Kevin, good. Lots of detail. Some missing vocabulary. Let me do a quick correction here. Now, you should be thinking, don't just wait for me. So to stay healthy, I ate home-cooked meals with a lot of vegetables. We usually cook with vegetables, not fruit. They are healthy because they are not only, I like the not only, but also because they are not only free of preservatives, okay? Chemicals that are used to increase the shelf life of foods are called preservatives, okay? So keep this in mind. Chemicals used to increase the shelf life, I think it might actually be one word, shelf life, no, shelf life of foods are called preservatives, okay? So they are not only free of preservatives that may irritate my stomach, but also, nice use of that correlative conjunction, Kevin, but also rich in essential nutrients and vitamins. In fact, I will have some citrus fruit on my menu today to keep my skin healthy. Okay, don't overthink it. All right, so that would be a bit more natural, and instead of an 8, it would be a 9. Okay, all right, Kevin. Jaya, let's see what you have for us. Make sure you note down new vocabulary, students, as I'm giving it to you. Okay, preservatives is definitely a nice high-level vocabulary for everyone. So Jaya Milky says, most of my eating habits include fruits. Most of my diet includes fruits as they provide me with a lot of vitamins and nutrients which keep me healthy and not hygienic. Hygienic is a bit weird. Strong. Okay, hygienic is when you're clean, and I get it, but it's a bit awkward there. Just like today, I had watermelon for breakfast. Good. I like that nice smooth example. All right, that's great. So Jaya, most of my diet includes fruits as they provide me with a lot of vitamins and nutrients which keep me healthy and strong. Just like today, I had watermelon for my breakfast. Okay, you're very welcome, Kevin. All right. Next question, everybody. Why is it important to stay fit? Give me a nice full sentence for this one. Why is it important to stay fit? Varjot has an answer for us. Varjot says, it is important to stay healthy because it makes us disease-free too. To make our future brighter, it is essential to make our mental and physical self fit and active. Varjot, you've got good ideas. I understand what you're saying, but it's quite unnatural, okay? So as is, this would be a band 5. Okay, you cannot get a higher score than a band 5 with that. It's simply awkward English. Okay, so let's help Harjot here. Harjot, the way this should read is, it is essential or vital. Okay, let's paraphrase the word important. There are many ways to say important: vital, critical, essential. Vital is good because it's related to life. Okay. So it is vital to not stay healthy, but stay fit or stay in good shape. Okay, healthy is okay, but stay in good shape is more accurate for the word fit. Okay, so it is vital to stay in good shape because this keeps us from falling ill, and it sets the foundation for a bright and successful future. Having good mental and physical fitness is key to a good life. This is the reason I do yoga every morning. Okay, so that would be more your band 9 level response. All right, so that's where we want to go with that. Okay, so Varjot, focus on natural English. Okay, I want you to do lots of repetition work, read a lot aloud as well, practice English, natural English as much as possible. Okay, all right, let's see. Advert India says, physical activity or exercise can improve our health and reduce the risk of developing several diseases like diabetes. Therefore, it is vital to have a regular exercise routine and stay fit. That is why I hit the gym at least 3 times a week. Okay, so here again, direct answer. Therefore, it is vital to have a regular exercise routine and stay fit. That's my direct answer. Okay, make sure to include that direct answer. All right. Okay, students, we've got 3 more questions here, and we're going to tackle them all. We're going to answer all of these questions, and we've done a lot of typing, a lot of listening. Hopefully, many of you have also been speaking. Now, let's give an opportunity for our viewers and candidates to practice speaking with me. I will be your examiner. I will ask you questions, and you will be able to speak, and everybody can learn from each other, listening to your peers. So we're going to take some volunteers for speaking practice, okay? Now, we're going to use the website for this. This is another one of the really cool features of the website, and Chen has put the instructions into the chat. So follow Chen's instructions in the chat. Take a look at it. I'm going to show you here as well, okay? So firstly, you want to go to the websites, either AE Help or IELTS Help. Either website is okay. All right. You can join by clicking the big red button that's just above my head there for the premium version, or you can do this for free by clicking the green try demo button. Then you go to your My Student account. In your My Student account, you'll find all of those goodies like practice exams, interactive course, lesson videos. And you will find this function, the student partner speaking, right there. That's, again, just right above my head there. Okay. Click on that. Accept the terms that you're going to speak politely. Again, this is free to use for everybody. We're going to use it to practice with me in the class right now. But of course, I strongly encourage everybody to use this with other students as well, not just me. Okay. It's not just for me. So, in here, you will see your fellow students, Sunny, Mingam, Sujal, Chayani, and you will see the blue envelope beside everybody's name there. You'll see one by my name also. It's going to be, so you'll see me in here as Master. It's easy to identify, all big letters. Okay. Send me a message and then I will see that you are volunteering with these little orange numbers. Okay. All right, so let's start this off. Let's give Chayani a chance. She was very quick to volunteer here. Let me put on my ears. And we're always looking for new volunteers as well, everybody. Okay, so don't be shy. Confidence, remember, good first impression. Let's reach out to Chayani.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Chayani. How are you?
I'm doing great today. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. Chayani, can you mute YouTube? I'm getting a lot of feedback.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, thank you. All right, Chayani, can you just tell everybody why you're taking the IELTS?
My purpose taking the IELTS is to study abroad to Australia, so I'm gonna transferring my third semester in there.
Third semester. Okay, so you've finished your first 2 semesters in Philippines, right?
Sorry, sir. I'm Indonesia.
I know. I'm just kidding. I get you with that every time. No, I know. I know. In Indonesia. Okay, so you're going to Australia. Why did you choose Australia?
Because it is close to my country. Maybe it's around 4 hours to take a flight by a plane.
That's a really good reason. Plus, the climate's quite similar as well in some ways, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a smart idea. The less you have to adjust to, for example, climate, the easier it is to integrate and to become comfortable and to succeed. So there's definitely a benefit to that, Yanni. So that's a good idea. Okay, let me help you with the speaking. I'm going to ask you some questions. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. May I see your identification?
Yes, of course. Here is my passport that I have used this registered exam a few days back. Please have a look.
What is your full name?
My full name is Sayani Konya Putri. Please just call me Yani as my nickname.
Okay, Yani. For part 1, I will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. What do you like to do when the weather is nice?
When the weather is very nice, I like to watch some movies and also going out with my friends. So in fact, yesterday I went out with my friends to play some basketball in a court that in front of my house for 2 hours.
How about when the weather is bad?
In contrast, when the weather is very gloomy, I tend to watch some movie or even reading some books in my room. So just yesterday, it was raining cats and dog. I read some of the folk books and also watching some of the Korean drama.
Okay, good. I'm going to stop there, Yani, with these questions. And I'll give you some feedback. So first of all, the start was a little bit bumpy. Okay, you gave me some nice full sentence answers, but you had quite a few places where you did self-correction. You probably realized that, right? Like about 4 or 5 places right away where you said is, was, and then you corrected and you corrected this. Self-correction is good. So it's better than making a mistake and leaving it. So this is for everybody. If you make a mistake and you realize that, oh, I should be saying is instead of was, definitely correct, just like Yanni did. That's important. But of course, if you make a lot of self-corrections, it's a problem for fluency and coherence. So you do want to be as accurate as possible right away. Now, when I asked you the question, what do you like to do when it is sunny outside or when the weather is nice? You said, when the weather is nice, I like to watch some movies. And the examiner won't judge you, but if I'm your examiner, and I think many examiners, they will go, the weather is nice, you're watching movies? Why would you do that? Okay. It leads the examiner to think maybe you didn't understand the question correctly. It's a bit awkward, right? And especially with your next answer where you also watch movies when it's not nice. So it's like, oh, you just watch movies. Whether it's nice or not nice, it doesn't matter, which is fine. It's just a bit awkward. So you want to pay attention to avoid awkward information if possible, right? That's conflicting. So you want to say, when the weather is nice, I like going out with friends. The other day I was at the park with 2 of my friends. We enjoyed taking some pictures, hiking for a couple of hours. We ate some ice cream, right? So just be really careful of that, Yanni. Now, for the next question, you had a really good answer. So pay attention, everybody. Yanni said, in contrast. That was a really good way to start your response. You recognize that the examiner is asking opposites. In the IELTS speaking, this is a very common situation where the examiner asks one side and then they ask the other side. So what are the benefits? What are the negatives? So starting with in contrast is a really nice linking word or linking phrase. Okay. And then you said, when the weather is very gloomy. Gloomy was it's a very good term here. I tend to watch movies or read books. And now that made a lot of sense. So this response, Yanni, was much better than your previous responses. And that happens to a lot of candidates, that their responses start to get better and better. Why? Because they're speaking more English, right? So the ideas start to come more smoothly. English starts to come more smoothly. So this is the reason it's really important to speak English before your IELTS speaking interview. So the 1 hour, 2 hours before your IELTS speaking interview, you should be using English only so that you start with good English right away. Does that make sense, Yanni?
Yeah, makes sense, sir.
Okay, so I know you know that, but again, it just really shows that point, right? Like you improved from like a 5 to a 6 to a 7 within 3 questions, right? So that's a really strong indication of why it's important, right? So very good. All right, Yanni, great. Keep up the good
Sir,
work. You have a question?
am I speaking too fast?
You're speaking fast, but not too fast. So good question. You can speak a little bit slower and make less mistakes. That will definitely lead to a better score. But you're not speaking too fast. You're speaking fast, but not too fast. You can speak slower. Does that make sense?
Yeah, got it, sir.
Okay. All right. Bye, Yanni.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're
See you next
welcome.
time.
See you. Bye. All right. That was Yanni. Let's give her a thumbs up. She was the first volunteer for us this week, and that was really good. Okay. So... all right, let's take the next volunteer. Here is Gopu. Gopu is a premium student, and we have never heard from Gopu yet, so let's see if Gopu is available. I don't think we have. Gopu, are you ready? Hopefully we can reach out to Gopu. Gopu says, yeah, all right.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Gopu. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Gopu, this is the first time I think we're speaking with each other, correct?
Yes. I've seen lots of your videos on YouTube, and yeah.
Okay, Gopu, nice and strong sentences. Gopu, where are you?
Currently I'm living in Kerala, so that is southern part of India.
Mm-hmm. In Kerala, yes. All right. I think you have a really good cricket team there, right?
Well, I'm not really interested in cricket, but my most of my friends and cousins, they are really into cricket. But I'm more into badminton.
Badminton. I love badminton.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. It's a very great way to exercise. Fast sport for
Yeah.
sure. All right. Gopu, why are you taking the IELTS?
Um, that is a good question. Actually, in my hand, I have the offer letter from a university from college. I mean, from Canada. So I already given my test. I mean, so I didn't get the desired band score. So Asian is to 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 answer that question. I really want to go to Canada and to do my PG diploma.
PhD.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
No, no,
great.
PG diploma. PG, yeah, PG diploma.
Okay.
PG
What
diploma in applied science.
in applied science. Okay, got you. All right, nice. Yeah. Okay, well, I definitely want to help you with that because when you have an offer letter, and it's obviously so this type of offer letter, everybody, it sounds like what Gopu has is what's called a conditional offer. So it means it's a conditional
Yeah.
offer. That means the university says yes, you are welcome to study. You can come here. But
Yeah.
you need A, B, C first. You need the visa. You need IELTS, right? So you gotta get that conditional offer done. All right. Well, I'm here to help you, and you can, if you have questions at any time, you can always email us too. Okay. All right. Let's do this.
Surely.
Let's practice
yes.
a couple questions. So, and I see you're a premium course user. Are you using the course?
Yes, sir. It is definitely helpful, and I saw lots of videos from YouTube's, and I went to the different in offline courses. So mostly I didn't get the good strategy. They only teach me the tips and tricks which is not useful in IELTS. So but in the website it is really eye opener for me. So yeah,
Good.
it's really helpful.
Good. All right. Well, let's practice a couple questions. Here we go.
Surely, sir.
Let's
Yes.
talk about health. How often do you exercise?
Well, I exercise regularly. In fact, I go for a normal walk or play badminton in every evening with my friends.
Why is it important to stay fit?
Staying fit and healthy is really essential to live a happy life. Moreover, to do job or to interact with the people or provide more.
Where is a place you visit for your health?
As I just mentioned before, I usually go to play badminton in the indoor stadium, which is really stone throw from my home. So there I regularly go.
Okay, I'm going to stop there and I will give you some feedback. All right, so now I know where you are at, which is good. All right, so overall, the responses so far would be a band 5. Okay.
Yeah. I know.
And the reason for that, it's interesting because I actually think you have better English. I think that your English is a 6.57, but you're not showing me that. Okay, you're not showing me that. So you need to show me your band 6.57. Your biggest difficulty is clearly fluency. Okay, you're not being fluent. Right. So you need to speak faster, smoother, more connected, okay? And I'm going to give you a couple of tips to practice right away. So I asked you, how often do you exercise? And you said, well, I exercise regularly. And then you get stuck kind of thinking for ideas. What you want to do is you want to really focus on the answer, connective, explanation, connective example. Okay, let me tell you what I mean here. And also quantitative language. That will help you speak faster. Okay, so, well, I exercise regularly. That's qualitative. So often, sometimes, regularly, rarely. This is qualitative. We don't know what that is. Like, we don't know if it's that's 5 times a week, 3 times a week, 2 hours a day. So that's all qualitative.
Qualitative.
When you say a qualitative idea, immediately give the quantitative idea, and that will help you to be fluent. Like saying, well, I exercise regularly at least 30 minutes each day.
Oh, right.
Okay, and adding that quantitative piece right away makes you more fluent right away. Okay, and then use a connective like because. This keeps me happy. It doesn't even have to be long, but use the word because. Like as soon as you give the answer, give the word because, and that will force you to be fluent to the next part, right? So, well, I exercise regularly, at least 30 minutes each day, because it keeps me happy. And then the smooth example, like playing badminton near my home.
Yes.
Okay, so qualitative, quantitative, because, explanation, smooth example. It will build that fluency for you. Okay, so let me try this question one more time. How often do you exercise?
To be honest, I exercise frequently. I regularly go to a
Qualitative,
indoor
just a sec, let me stop you. Qualitative, quantitative. Just remember, qualitative, quantitative, qualitative, quantitative.
Yes.
How often do you exercise?
Well, I regularly do exercise. In fact, I go to the indoor badminton and play there for at least 2 hours with my friends. So it really makes me makes my body move and sweat a lot. Moreover, it is really a interesting and funny
Okay,
game to
stop
play
there.
with my friends.
Stop. Good. Okay, so you've reached the first step, which is the ideas. So in your head now, I could feel that in your head, you're like, okay, qualitative, quantitative, smooth example, because explanation. You had it all, just the order was mixed up. So I want you to keep the same order of the information, and that will really help you to be smooth and fluent. Okay, so qualitative, quantitative, because, explanation, smooth example, exactly that order. Okay, that's what I want you to practice at home day after day. Okay.
Sure, I'll do it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for volunteering, Gopu, and putting yourself out there. I mean, it's your first time. I can feel you're like, oh,
yeah.
But
I'm really like, over the moon.
Awesome. Gopu, we're here to help you. So definitely keep coming back, keep volunteering, okay?
Surely, sir, surely. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Gopu. You're welcome. Bye.
Yeah.
All right, let's give Gopu a thumbs up. And I heard the take care, Gopu. Thank you. That was really great. I mean, first time, it's nerve-wracking, right? It's okay. All right. Let me just check out who is where. Anahita. Let's hope Anahita can connect with us today. Anahita is at the bottom of the list, and she tries often. She's a premium student. She's very active. Let's give Anahita a chance. I know we've had trouble, Anahita, in the past connecting. I hope you figured that out on your end. So are you ready? Okay. We've got a bit of time, students. We're moving along nicely, so keep volunteering. Stay in there. So far, I can probably get to almost just about every volunteer. Okay, Anahita, if you're there, give me a sign, and then I will do my best. Hopefully we can connect. All right. Okay. Ding, ding, dong. Anahita, if you can hear the phone ringing, pick it up. All right, I'm not sure what's going on there, Anahita. My ears are ringing off, but no answer. Anahita, you have to check your connection. Try to figure out what's going on. As you can see, we can pretty much connect with almost every student now, and it's definitely something likely on your end. So you have to check your settings. You have to check your connection type, and so on. Okay. All right. Let's go from the bottom up a little bit. Okay, so let's try through here. Well, okay, Anahita, let's see if we can do it this way. I'm not sure. Hi, Anahita.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good. You were able to call me back. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I couldn't find the I couldn't find the option to accept the call, but I could succeed to accept the call to call back.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
interesting. You didn't see like a little green phone button popping up?
I saw, but it was not in the middle of the page, so I thought.
All right. As long as you saw it, though, it was there. All right. No worries. Well, I'm glad. Is this the first time we're actually talking to each other, Anahita?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because you tried so many times before and didn't succeed, but you finally succeeded. So that's awesome. Anahita, where are you right now in the world?
Actually, I am from Afghanistan, but I am living in Canada right now.
Afghanistan and living in Canada. Well, where are you in Canada?
I'm in Ontario.
You're on the other side of Canada, so you're like, it's already noon. It's past noon for you, right?
Yeah, I came here in the end of October of last year.
End of October of last year. And right now for you, it's 12:11 in the afternoon, right? The time?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm still at 9:11 in the morning here in Victoria.
Yeah, our time zone is different.
3 hours apart, yeah. We've got 5.
Sometimes I want to watch your videos, but I cannot speak in part 2 and 3 because everyone is sleeping in here. That you're
Okay.
on
All
that
right.
thing.
Why are you taking the IELTS, Anahita?
Actually, I wanted to take the IELTS because I wanted to uh, meet the requirements of the university that I want to attend, University of Toronto, to study psychology. But when I saw that they also accept CALE exam, I changed my selection to CALE exam. But I still want to practice English by IELTS exam too somehow.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's good English. You need good English for both of
Do
them,
you
right?
think that CALE exam is similar or easier than IELTS exam?
I've heard both. So the CALE exam, and now for everybody, you should know that that's only for Canada. So IELTS is international. CALE exam is specifically for Canada. Some people have said it's a bit easier. Some people said they found it the exact same, the difficulty. It's a different format, right? So if you find that it works better for you, then yeah, do that one for
Yeah,
sure.
because some people say that it is easier. That's why I choose.
Yeah. For some people it is. I've heard kind of a 50-50. I've heard half the people that I've talked to about it say it's easier for them a little bit, and the other half said that they found it to be basically the same level of difficulty. So I've heard both. So you can try. Maybe you're in the 50%. That'll be easier, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Anahita, let's practice a few questions. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about health. Where is a place you visit for your health?
The place that I visit for my health is definitely my family doctor office. It is located in the west part of the place I am living, and I sometimes go there to check my health. Lastly, I went there, and the doctor told me that I have vitamin D and vitamin B12 deficiency, so he gave me a prescription, and that prescription included vitamin D drop, which I am now currently I am consuming it with milk, and vitamin B12 injection that I use.
If you are stressed, what do you do?
If I feel stressed, I talk to my mom. I call my friends, or listen to music in order to unwind myself.
Have you ever worried about your health?
Uh, yes, sometimes I uh, I think that I am suffering from obesity, but not too much. So my mom always tells me that I should take care of my health because it will negatively affect for my future, and I might I it is there is a possibility that I will be affected by diabetes in the future, but she's not actually she doesn't say it very explicitly, but I know what she means.
Okay, that is the end of part 1. Okay, good. That was good. That was about a band 6.5, 6.5 on the IELTS exam. You're fluent. You're definitely able to talk. It doesn't, you don't have to struggle or strain yourself to talk fluently. You're able to talk fluently easily. And you have some good vocabulary. So, you use the word explicitly correctly. You use the word diabetes correctly. You used the word vitamin C and D deficiency, which means not having enough of those vitamins in your system, very well. So you have some nice vocabulary. However, at the same time, you have some vocabulary that you are misusing or using incorrectly. So you want to definitely fix that, okay? And you want to connect your ideas in a little bit of a clearer, smoother way to get those higher band scores, okay? Your grammar has to be a bit better as well.
Okay, you mean I am also incoherent a little bit?
It's not that you're incoherent, it's just a bit awkward and unnatural, okay? So let me give you a bit more insight. So I said, where's a place you visit for your health? You said, the place that I visit for my health is my family doctor office. Is my family doctor's. So for example, it's just an S, but it shows possessive. It's your doctor's office, and it's important, okay? The place that I visit for my health is my family doctor's office. It is, and then there you said it is somewhere near your home. So there were a couple parts that were a little bit incoherent. And then you said, I go there to check my health. We don't actually say check my health. I go there for regular something. How do you say that? And you can help here, viewers.
For regular checkup?
That's right. Okay, so I go there for regular checkups. Okay, so that's what we say in English naturally, is you go for a checkup. Okay, the last time I went there, my doctor told me I have vitamin C and D deficiency, so that was good. Okay, all right. Then I said, or I asked, if you are stressed, what do you do? And you said, well, if I feel stressed, I talk to my mom, I call my friends in order to unwind myself. A lot of people make this awkward, strange
you already
mistake.
stated, but when I spoke, I noticed it.
Yeah, so this is for everybody. This is a very common mistake. You do not unwind yourself. If you say you unwind yourself.
Unwind a little bit?
Unwind a little bit is fine, or just simply unwind, but not unwind myself, right? As many of you have heard me say this before, it's a strange mistake that people make. It means that you're twisted like a rope and you're literally trying to unwind yourself like a rope, which is very weird visually. Okay, so I called my friends in order to unwind a bit. Okay, yeah, so those small awkward mistakes definitely affect that coherence mark and the natural English. Have you ever worried about your health? Anahita, what's the grammar of this question?
Present perfect.
Right. So you have to use the present perfect right away. Okay. How can you use the present perfect right away, Anahita?
Yes, I have concerned about my health.
Exactly. I have been concerned. Okay. So yes, I have been concerned about my health in the past. And just like Yanni asked me, am I speaking too fast? It's not too fast because some people speak quickly. However, just like Yanni, you are also speaking quickly. Okay, it's not too quick, but you're speaking quickly. What I recommend is speak a little bit slower and focus more on accuracy. Okay, so yes, I have been concerned about my health in the past. Sometimes I think I'm suffering from obesity, but not too much. That was a bit awkward, right? My mom always tells me I should lose weight, right? My mom always tells me I should always lose weight. Okay, let's try this question one more time. Have you ever worried about your health?
Yes, I have been concerned about my health. My mom always tells me I should lose weight, and because I will be affected by diabetes. She doesn't say it explicitly, but I still understand what she said. What
Okay.
she means.
Not bad. Try to just repeat me. Okay. Yes, I have been concerned about my health in the past. Sometimes I think I'm suffering from obesity because my mom always tells me that I should lose weight.
Yes, I have been concerned about my health in the past. Sometimes, teacher, but in the past, I use present perfect and I use past, is it correct? Because one,
Yeah. Yeah.
because present perfect is for present perfect,
We still
but
say
why
it
the word past is used in here?
because it starts in the past, it continues to the present, and probably continues into the future. So you can use the word past. In spoken English especially, we use it in this way. So it just means that I
But
have
why not
been.
present tense? Sir?
It's
I mean, instead of past, why shouldn't I use present?
the reason it's a good question, Anahita. The reason we're using past here is because of the question. So have you ever worried about your health? When we have that past participle of the worried, the speaker that responds will often emphasize that it started in the past by saying in the past. I have been worried about it in the past, and I'm still concerned about it today. It's just the part that we omit. So we don't say, and I'm still concerned about it today, because it's intrinsic to the present perfect. It's strange. I know it's difficult to kind of understand this, but you can do it in this way. Okay. It's like saying, since I was a child. So yes, I have been concerned about my health in the past. Sometimes I think it continues till now. Okay. So just try it. Yes, I have been concerned about my health in the past. Sometimes I think I'm suffering from obesity. My mom always tells me I should lose weight.
Yes, I have been concerned about my health in the past, and sometimes I think I am suffering from obesity. My mom always tells me I should lose weight.
Okay,
But
good.
how about the rest of the sentences?
Yeah, it's fine. So you can do it this way, and I would even connect the between obesity and my mom. I would actually use because to make it even more fluent, okay, or more connected. So this sentence, when you say it like this to a native speaker, it expresses that you have been concerned about your health. Your health concern started at some point in the past. It continues until the present. You currently think that you might be overweight, and this results from your mom generally telling you, hey, lose weight, hey, lose weight. So that's what this sentence means, okay?
Okay, sir. But what if I add the rest of it, like my mom doesn't say it explicitly because I use higher lexical reasons, for example, like explicitly.
It's okay, but it's more important to be clear. So it's okay to use the word explicitly. However, if you start to become incoherent when you're using words like that and continuing the idea, then it's better just to leave it. Okay, so you cannot sacrifice coherence for vocabulary. You have to be very careful about that, Anahita. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Okay, can I ask a couple of questions?
Anahita, I'm going to give one more person a chance before we finish the class, but you are more than welcome to send me an email, and in the next class, volunteer again and ask me those questions, okay?
Okay, sir. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you, Anahita. Bye for now.
Bye.
All right. That was Anahita. Finally, Anahita was able to connect. So let's Let's give a thumbs up to Anahita for that. Okay, that was great. All right, let's try Thu. Thu's been very patient. Thu, are you ready? All right, look at all those thumbs up, Anahita. Finally, you were able to connect. So, Anahita, next time when I call you, just hit that green button that you see, the green phone button, okay? All right.
Hello,
Hi, Thu. How are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
I am doing well. Are you staying healthy and happy?
Yes,
Okay, good. All right. Well, Thu, you're in Vietnam, right? Still?
yes, of course.
Okay. All right. You never know. You might have moved, and maybe you're in the U.S. now. Or so, I don't know. And okay, Thu, it's quite late for you, so I'm going to cut to the chase and ask you some questions. Are you ready?
Yes,
Okay.
of course.
Let's talk about health. How often do you exercise?
Uh, According to my routines, I usually dedicate 2 hours a day to doing aerobics as well as yoga. This is because I realize the paramount importance of doing regular active exercise because this is because not only do these activities do wonders for my mental as well, but also they are also beneficial for my mentality. For example, doing aerobics
If you are
can
stressed, what do you do?
um, if I had to do something to let go of my tension as well as anxieties, I usually play sports or play chess. This is because why play sports like play badminton can help me build up a resistance to many disease or help
Have
me
you
to
ever worried about your health?
yes, I usually worry a lot about my health. This is because recently I usually snow under work and I have to dedicate hours sitting in front of my computers and I am very worried. I may suffer from cardiovascular disease or diabetes because of my sedentary lifestyle. So I am very concerned about that.
Okay, let's stop there. That was really good. All right. First of all, awesome vocabulary. Wow, that was really impressive. You used a lot of very nice words to express your ideas. Here's a really interesting question for everybody, Thu, for you as well. A person who worries about their health all the time. There's a special word for that. Do you know what that word is? Starts with an H. It's
No.
a person who's
I'm sorry.
It's a tricky one. I wonder if anybody knows it without Googling. Anybody knows the person who is always worrying about their health? Like, oh, I'm getting a cold. Oh, I'm going to be... Very nice, Dylan. Dylan says the word everybody's looking for is hypochondriac. Absolutely. Yes, very good. And believe it or not, most English speakers will actually know this word, hypochondriac. Okay?
I don't know.
It's a hypochondriac. Just repeat after me, Thu. Hypochondriac.
Hypochondriac.
Yeah, even the pronunciation's tricky, right? A person who is always worried about their health and getting sick.
John.
And we definitely have a lot of those after COVID, right? So it's a hypochondriac. Hypochondriac.
Hypochondriac.
I'm a bit of a hypochondriac.
I am a bit of hypochondriac.
I'm a bit of a hypochondriac.
I am a bit of hypochondriac.
Especially since the recent pandemic.
Especially recent pandemic.
right? So that's probably a sentence that's true for a lot of people. I'm a bit of a hypochondriac, especially since the recent pandemic.
Yes. I am a big hypochondriac, especially recent pandemic.
Since the recent pandemic.
Especially since the recent pandemic.
Okay, good. Thu, your vocabulary is awesome. What I want you to focus on in your studies is grammar. Okay, you've got missing words, you've got missing grammar. So your grammar is pulling down your mark. Grammar and pronunciation, those are your focus points, okay? Don't worry about vocabulary. Your vocabulary is just fine. Now you need to take all of that beautiful vocabulary that you have in your brain and put it together in well-structured, grammatically dynamic and sound sentences, okay? All right. When the question is present perfect, answer in present perfect. So yes, I have been concerned about my health in the past, present. I'm a bit of a hypochondriac, okay?
Yes.
All right. Okay, Thu, thank you so much for volunteering and helping me to teach you that new word and teach everybody else that new word. Bye, Thu.
Hello?
Yeah?
Why do you talk about teaching? I don't understand you.
I was saying, Thu, that you got to focus on grammar, and
Yes.
thank you for helping me teach the word hypochondriac to you and the other students.
I understand,
Okay.
but I'm very poor vocabulary.
Your vocabulary is great. Like I say, focus on your grammar and using that vocabulary well, okay?
Yes.
Okay, bye, Thu. All right, that was Thu. Let's give her a thumbs up. Yeah, students, so learning vocabulary is good, but it's most important to use it well. So use the vocabulary that you know well. Everybody, we're using the chat interface on the website here, so definitely use it with your fellow students as well, okay? That's all the time I have for today, but I will be back tomorrow with reading for our members. And we'll be doing listening exam part 3 and 4, continuing from the exam we started last week for our subscribers. So make sure to come back. Check out the website. Join the Premium IELTS package by clicking that big red button that's above my head there. Chen Carolina, thank you for moderating the class and helping all of your fellow IELTS candidates. That was awesome. Thank you for that. General IELTS students, it's gieltshelp.com. This is where you want to be. And again, make sure to join tomorrow, subscribe so you get notifications of the classes, okay? If you have questions, send us an email. We're happy to help. ahelp.com for academic IELTS, gieltshelp.com for general IELTS. I'm Adrian. I'm signing out from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada, situated on Vancouver Island in the Pacific Ocean. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, members. We'll talk soon. Bye for now, everybody.